Morning guys, hope you're having a good day. As you can probably see by the description in the video name, I've started legal proceedings against Nissan UK and or my dealer group. Now the reason for that is simple. I don't really want to be left with this vehicle when it goes outside the warranty, and they've had way too many attempts in my opinion of trying to solve these issues. Now I'll go through each individual issue that I've actually got and what I personally actually would like for them to actually do about this. Now before I go through any of that, let me make it very clear, I stand by all the comments I've actually said on this vehicle, and this applies to most, I'd say probably most BEVs. I absolutely love these cars. There's way too many plus points to list here, but the bottom line is this is a working vehicle and it has to be fit for purpose, and all of these issues are going to potentially cost me a lot of money in the coming years, and this is what I'm trying to alleviate. So don't think this is me having a pop at you know, anyone in particular, or you know if it offends anyone. The bottom line is, like, the whole point of this vlog was to do the good, the bad and the ugly, which I said in my very first video. I'm going to reveal it like it is, and this is one of the issues, sadly, which is going to be the ugly. It's going to probably get very ugly, whereby I actually rang the finance company yesterday and made them aware of the issues I'm actually having with Nissan UK, and the fact that the customer services are non-existent. They never get back to you. I'm still waiting to hear back from Nissan UK, the customer service. I've got a case number along with all the other case numbers I've had. They never get back to you, and basically I'm left out high and dry. Now fortunately, the first port of call is probably going to be the dealer group, because they sold me the car, which means, and look guys, I get it, I understand the dealer group's probably got its hands tied. They don't really want to spend money in terms of labour, because obviously they have to get that back from Nissan UK. Having said that, legally this is where the buck probably stops with them, and obviously Nissan UK, because they manufactured the vehicle, because the manufacturer's got several defects. Now I'll do each issue one by one, and I'll do the issue, what is wrong with it, and what I personally would accept if I'm to actually keep this vehicle in the long term. So basically the first one we'll start off with the steering. Now I haven't done an updated warranty video, because I wanted to see how the steering got on for a week after I've had it, because last time we had issues that come back. Now the steering has become a lot more heavier. They've apparently done a reset, I believe. They've done an oscilloscope reading on mine and a brand new Leaf, and they're similar. Now first of all, I won't accept similar. I want it identical. I've had to live with this steering for 22,000 miles nearly now, since the issue first started with it, and the fact that it's needed to actually have a reset or whatever in the first place obviously points to there's a potential problem with the electric motor. I want it identical. I don't want similar. I won't accept similar. I want the electric motor replaced, and or the rack, which is going to lead me to my second point on this, which is the creaking when you go full lock. So when you go full lock left to right, if you look at one of my other videos, it basically makes a grunting noise left to right. So basically what I'd like to see is electric motor to be replaced, and or the rack, and then every linkage that connects from the steering or the suspension mats, it will basically cure that. So basically one by one they replace every linkage and every component until they find whatever cures the problem. So basically that will be the steering out of the way. I'll now move on to the second point. Okay, so the next point is in regards to the sensors, and what I mean by the sensors is the headlamp sensor still isn't turning the lights off in bright sunlight. I've actually got another video I'll upload regarding this, where I do a full demonstration from actually, because I actually take the camera off and actually show you exactly what happens. It's all done in real time, so you can actually see the sun's above the tree line and the lights still don't turn off. So basically you've got several suites of sensors. You've got the sensors for the headlight, you've got the sensors for the orange radar system, which basically is for the Pro Pilot and the cruise control, and so that's the other sensor. You've then got the parking sensors, which go off in traffic. All they've done is basically lessen the sensitivity. So now, I mean, yesterday I actually got out of the car and took a photograph. My car was actually up against a concrete bollard, and basically the bollard was this close before it picked them up. That's no good to me. I need it the way it used to be, but I need the sensors so then they don't go off in traffic. So they're faulty. So the headlamp sensor, parking sensors, and the radar sensors that flashes up that orange light that has done it from literally day one, I want all of those sensors replaced completely. Don't want them dabbled with anymore. I actually want them replaced because they're obviously all faulty, along with maybe a ECU or control box that controls all the sensors. I don't know if it's all integrated into one or controlled by the vehicle. That should be replaced as well, because that could be faulty and maybe the sensors are fine. Don't know, not my issue. I'll now move on to the next point. Okay, so the next point is regards to the snapping noise, which along with the clicking noise, Nissan have said it's all down to these drive shafts which need this grease. Now, I will actually say I completely forgot about this because I've had so many issues with the car. When the car went in, I believe it was either November last year, I can't remember, it might have even been October. I know it was a long time ago. My local dealership up in Bishop Stortford actually said that they needed to order this grease, like what Cambridge said. Now, that was 5 months ago. They've never got back to me regarding this grease. And it weren't because I went to Cambridge, because the gap between when I actually took it into the other dealership was quite a big gap. It was like 5 or 6 months, maybe even more. And that grease should have arrived in January. Or if I took it in January, it might have been January, it should have arrived in February. I took this car into Cambridge in April, late April. So that's 3 or 4 months. So the grease, I think, is a non-starter. I don't really care what it is. I just want the car rectified. So basically, same thing again. They replace components, replace the drive shafts first of all. If that doesn't cure it, then they do a reduction gear. If that doesn't sort it, they start going through hubs and whatever. One by one, like I said with the steering linkages and the steering, one by one until it's rectified. So now whether or not the snapping noise I hear on the back, it hasn't got drive shafts on the back because it's front wheel drive, I still think that's a separate issue. Again, one by one components until we actually rectify what that could actually be. And finally, moving on to the low speed mottling noise where it goes mot 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 in the morning. You heard the video where you actually hear it in the morning. That potentially could be drive shafts or again reduction gear. We don't know. Until we get this grease, we don't know if that's all connected into one. But the bottom line is, it's been in for 4 attempts now to solve this, and we're still waiting for the grease from like all of that time back, and now I'm waiting another 6 weeks. And I basically explained to Nissan UK I'm not prepared to wait any longer. Yeah, the next time this car goes in will be the last time it goes in. If this car doesn't come back with all of the items that are going to be fixed on it, we'll go to the next stage regarding the legal battle. Because I'm actually going to take Nissan and possibly even the dealer group to court over this, because I've spent a lot of money. I put a lot of money in as a deposit, and I've obviously paid a lot for this car. My other outcome I would like to see happen, maybe, is if Nissan UK actually take this car off me and give me another vehicle. I don't expect them to give me a brand new vehicle, but I would expect either an ex-demo or something that's got low mileage effectively to make up for all of the issues I've actually had with this vehicle, and I start afresh. Because like a lot of people are saying on the channel and on other people's channels, no one's having a lot of these problems with these vehicles. Maybe the launch editions were problematic, who knows. Not my issue. But the bottom line is, guys, I'm paying a lot of money for this car, and the whole point of actually getting this vehicle was to save money. This is potentially going to cost me thousands of pounds when it's outside the warranty, plus the high cost of it, which is going to negate all of the savings I'm actually going to make with this car, which means I should have been back with internal combustion engine vehicle. So I'll have to see. Anyway, guys, that's where we are at the moment. Now, my finance company have basically said to me it's about an 8-week process for this all to take place. They're going to send out letters to me first, which I'll have to send some forms in with detailed descriptions of all of the faults and all of the work that's been supposedly carried out and hasn't actually rectified the issues. And then they will go back to Nissan UK and I assume the dealer group, and then we'll go from there. But I'll keep you in the loop at each stage as I hear back from the finance company, and we'll go from there. Anyway, guys, on an end note, with Nissan's customer services the way it is at the moment, I wouldn't touch these cars with a barge pole. And I'm really sorry, guys, if you've got one and order and you've taken delivery of it, yours might be fine. I'm just talking about my particular vehicle, so this is no reflection on your vehicles or your experiences that you may have with Nissan customer services, but in my opinion, I won't touch these vehicles with a barge pole, and on Nissan for that fact. They're absolutely terrible, and you need, for me, in our industry, you need, the whole point of going for a new or an ex-demo vehicle with warranty is you've actually got that backup. If you don't have it, then you might as well start with a second-hand vehicle and have all the issues associated with that, and actually have lower costs and save the money that can go for the repairs. Anyway, guys, that's enough for about today. Not very happy, obviously, as you can probably tell, and I have had the patience of a saint, trust me, but it's gone to a different level now, and I'm basically not accepting the vehicle in this state, and I'm legally entitled not to accept it in this state either, because it's not good enough. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good day, and I will, as I say, I'll keep you in the loop, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.